Hello friends, and welcome back. We have now come to the end of this journey on communication. And today we are going to speak about the goal, which is relationship building. Communication is the lifeline of any relationship. It is like oxygen for life. Because without communication, there can be no relationship. It's just two people. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 simple tips as to how you can improve your communication to build better relationships. And the first is giving. Relationship comes from a place of giving, not of taking. It is about the other person, her point of view, and on your side, you giving your time, your undivided attention, and giving benefit of the doubt, and making the other person feel that you are there for her. The second point is sharing information and not making assumptions. Very often we assume that we know everything about the other person, but most often that's hardly ever true. So share your thoughts, your feelings, what's going on in your life, and when the other person shares, listen attentively and intentionally. The third point is coming from a place of trust. Be open-minded, not judgmental. When you trust the other person, it makes it easier for her to become vulnerable, to share mistakes and even weaknesses. And this builds up mutual respect between the two parties. The fourth point is accept differences. Each of us is unique in our style of communication. One may be passive, another may be aggressive, another may be assertive. So just being aware of this helps you, because life will always have ups and downs. When things go wrong and conflicts arise, being aware of these differences helps you to get over these challenges and build a stronger relationship. And the fifth point is make language your partner, your ally. Use inclusive language. Use I and we instead of you. Use phrases like, I hear you, I understand, because that makes the other person feel valued. Instead of just saying why, you can say, tell me more. Or instead of saying, I don't agree, you can say, I wonder if. The key is to always say yes before no. Because by saying yes, you get the buy-in of that person. But a word of caution here. Most of us tend to say yes, but. Now that negates the effect of the yes. Instead say yes and continue. I'd like to share with you a true story which is not very well known. Most of you would have heard of the Cold War, even if you were not born at that time. The Cold War was the standoff between these two superpowers, America, the citadel of capitalism, and Russia, the citadel of communism. And there was always tension between these two ideologies and no trust, no agreement. They were always on the brink of war. And this went on from 1948 for 40 long years. And then in 1985, the two presidents, Ronald Reagan of America and Mikhail Gorbachev of Russia, met face to face for the first time all by themselves. Later, when Gorbachev was asked what was the defining moment of that meeting, he said he revealed that the meeting had not been going well at all. There were lots of disagreements. They could not come to any common point. They were getting frustrated, and at one point, Ronald Reagan got up and started slowly walking towards the door. And then suddenly, he turned back and said, "All right, let's give it another shot. I am Ronald." And he came and sat down. And that was the moment when they built a moment of trust and rapport and friendship. And that later went on to the ending of the Cold War a couple of years later and the demolition of the Berlin Wall. So you can see that language and communication can help not only a one-on-one relationship, but even between countries. Just to recap the points I've made. First, giving instead of trying to take. Second, sharing information instead of making assumptions. The third, coming from a place of trust. Fourth, accepting differences in styles of communication. And making language your partner. To sum this up in just one sentence, I would say, it's when we master this art of communication that we change and discover ourselves again and also discover the other person. And as I end this, I would once again like to congratulate you for investing your time. I hope you benefited from this series and wish you all the best for the future.